This is my first time doing a vlog and it's going to be on my fitness journey. So my fitness journey has been a good journey, but it's also been a lot of trial and error, like finding what works for me best and finding what routine, what I like. But my main focus is trying to enjoy my training and trying to enjoy the food I'm eating while not feeling miserable or like I'm on a diet. So currently I'm doing a strength program that my brother, the personal trainer, planned out for me for 12 weeks to try and increase my 1RM squat and 1RM deadlift, and then I'm going to focus more on hypertrophy for coming into the summer, starting a new routine, working on my glutes more, working on my hamstrings more. That's an area I really want to improve. Definitely plan to do a competition next year. I just want to have this year for building a lot more knowledge, learn more about my body and my physique, and then I definitely want to compete in the WBFF next year. But if I'm doing a competition, I want to do it right. I want to do the biggest one there is. I don't want to do any silly competition. I want to go straight in and see what I can do. The likes of like Lauren Simpson and Rachel Dillon, they would be really inspirational for me in terms of a physique for a competition. Just something I would really want and look up to. Well, I've really enjoyed my fitness journey. I have been through cardio, been through weights, been through a lot with fitness. I've also wasted a lot of time at the start of my fitness journey because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just going in and lifting weights, but I never really knew what like muscles it was hitting or what exactly it was for. But over the past 2 or 3 years, I've learned a lot more with being surrounded by people who are in the fitness industry and constantly wanting to be better and wanting to learn more. I think that's a big part of the fitness journey, wanting to learn more and just not thinking that you know everything. You need to constantly be learning, and there is no perfect routine or diet to grow your bum or your legs. It's all about what works for you as a person, a mixture of different reps, sets. You'd be including compound lifts such as squats, deadlifts, RDLs, hip thrust being the main one for your bum. That is going to grow your bum, really. If you start lifting heavy hip thrusts, you will see notices. You will see changes in your bum and in your physique, because it's the best exercise for growing your glutes, realistically. That and frog pumps would be my go-to glute exercise, but I haven't really been doing them recently as I've been focusing on my strength program. But yeah, there is no perfect diet or program for growing a specific area. It comes down to you and what you can stick to and what you're happy with doing, especially over your calories. If you're not eating enough, you're not going to build, and if you're eating too much, you're not going to lose and you're not going to see the definition that you want to see. Like, no amount of crunches or sit-ups are going to show your six-pack. Everyone has abs, there's just fat covering them, so we need to lose fat in order to see our abs and to see our definition. So if you want to look toned, as they call it, you need to lose fat, because in order for your muscles to show, there has to be minimal fat and your body has to be at a certain percentage of body fat. The hardest thing about fitness is starting and expecting to see change overnight, which is realistically not going to happen ever. It takes months and years of consistency to see change in your body. It really does. And camera went off there. It really does take a lot of time to start seeing progress. But if you focus on things such as your weight, you're never going to be happy, because your weight fluctuates up and down depending on how you're feeling, your cycle, your stress, the sleep you've been having, what you ate the night before, what you've been eating, what you ate before it. So you need to focus on things such as progress photos every single week to reflect on. They may not seem important at the time, but they're so important. I'm sad I didn't take that many, because my photos that I look back on are mainly just ones I took when I was going out or I was on holiday or whatever. But looking at things such as progress photos, looking at measurements, looking at how you feel, are you happier, do you feel skinny in your clothes, they're all factors that need to be taken into consideration when you're trying to lose weight or gain muscle, because they're the ones that mean the most. Weight means nothing because it changes all the time. I mean, I go on the scales and I'm different every single day, just depends. A question I would get asked a lot would be, how did you go from being so skinny to so like bulky and like bigger bum and bigger legs and stuff? Well, back when I was really skinny, I wouldn't have really ate that much because I didn't want my abs to disappear. I was constantly wanted abs, wanted to be skinny, didn't want to put on too much fat. But I just got over that phase and just decided to start eating a lot more food, eating a lot more carbs mainly, to try and build and build and build and build. But it did feel like a really long process, but when I look back in the photos, it really was worth it. Like, just because I didn't see changes every week doesn't mean I wasn't making progress. Like, little progress each day and each week adds up to big progress, do you know what I'm saying? So I just focused mainly on doing like squats and deadlifts. Mainly my focus was my legs, to grow my legs and my bum. I really wanted a bum. I always did have like a city out bum that was like biggies compared to my body, because like I was really skinny, so it made my bum look even bigger, but it doesn't look like that in the photos. But it always did sit out a good bit and people used to tell me it was like big but it wasn't when I look back, obviously. But yeah, I just like ate a lot of food and started to train, stopped worrying about putting on weight, just kept eating like the right likes of like pasta, rice, potatoes, cereal, carbs, and protein obviously too, but I didn't eat that much protein. I don't know, it just decides to go to my bum all the time. It doesn't really go anywhere else anymore. But I'm really trying to grow my legs at the minute. My hamstrings mainly, they just don't grow. Really frustrates me. I recommend starting off gradually in the gym. Don't just throw yourself into the deep end. Go slow. Start going once or twice a week and then build it up. Once you have confidence from doing like the cardio area, then you can start going into the weight area, which is a little bit more, I don't know, like uncomfortable for females, I think, because that's something I did struggle with myself, going into the weights area when it's surrounded by men and they're all staring at you and you just feel paranoid. But you will gain that confidence to just do it, and once you get started in the gym, that's it. Like, you'll be so motivated. Once you start seeing changes, it's like an addiction, literally. You just want to keep bettering yourself and bettering yourself until you're at a certain stage, and you'll just want to keep improving. Like, there's no limit in fitness. Like, you'll constantly want to be better. Like, there'll never be like, I'm perfect, I'm happy the way I am. Like, there's always something to improve. So that's also something that really motivated me. I know that in terms of progress, it can get really frustrating and put you off the gym if you're not seeing like progress, or you're working your ass off in the gym and you're not seeing the results. Maybe it's down to the calories you're eating, maybe it's down to the training you're doing, maybe you're not hitting the right muscle groups. It can be really frustrating. So I think this is when you should really consider your training program and the calories that you're eating, mainly what type of food you're eating. Are you eating enough protein is the main one. Calories and protein always mean the most, because your calories is going to determine whether you put on fat or you lost fat, and your protein also contributes to that a very lot. So you need to be eating a good amount of protein every single day in order to benefit and stimulate muscle growth, basically. Also, carbs and fats are just as important. You need to have them in your diet. Like, you should not be off carbs or fats. Like, they're both really important. One main tip I would give to anyone starting a fitness journey would be to stick at it. Fitness should not be a quick fix to like lose fat for like a holiday or starvation to lose fat. It should be something that you're doing every single day. It shouldn't be a quick fix to like go on a holiday or for a photo shoot or anything like that, like for getting skinny for a night out or whatever. Like, as a coach, I'm not the type of coach that wants clients who just want a quick fix in their life. Like, I want them to create like a lifestyle that they enjoy. I don't want to make my clients miserable by putting them on something that isn't realistic, or they're not enjoying it, or they're like binging or cheating on their diets and eating loads of crap because I said they couldn't, but I don't do that. So I allow them to have a treat each day to keep them on track basically. I don't believe that you should just do it for a quick fix and then just go back to the way you were, because what was the point of all the hard work? I myself have done that before. Like, I've really dieted up to a holiday and then I've went and I've binged on loads of carbs and like chocolate and ate everything, and then it just all goes back on. So what was the point? Even though you want it to look good for the holiday or whatever, but it lasts for like a day and then you overeat and it starts showing back on, your abs start disappearing and it just gets so frustrating. But in order for us women to have abs, we have to be really low body fat, especially because we hold higher body fat than men do. It's really hard for us to be so defined in our stomachs. As men, most men do have six packs nowadays. It's so frustrating. Anyway, that's the first vlog done and I hope you enjoyed it and didn't get too bored. Thanks again for watching.